Hey, what is up guys, this is Cobb, playing a little bit of Marksman Specialist in this one, starting off with Sledgies, Fangs, and of course, the Marksman himself, starting supply going out onto some crawlers. Mostly because, yeah, we got up against a double Sledgehammer opener. It looks like our opponent here, our nemesis, has opted into additional chaff. I guess he's playing cost control, he is. So extra Sledgy, extra chaff coming out. Alright, man. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable just going into extra chaff here because, yeah, somebody starts off with sledgehammers. I find it's pretty unlikely that they then go into arclights. Because, I don't know, sledgehammers are already like mini, kind of slightly less effective arclights at clearing chaff themselves as individual units. So let's see how this goes, man. Thankfully, our Marksman has actually just taken out a whole bunch of the tanks right away. Looks like we're going to need to maybe spread out our sledgehammers just a little bit here. Never mind. Actually, looks like we might just have this, man. I thought those crawlers might actually rush towards building, but it looks like we're going to be good. The level 3 marksman here just getting the job done. Very, very nicely. Cool, tight, sweet, good stuff. Alright. Very cool. Assault Scorpion becomes available. Oh my goodness. Can I resist that? Is that something I can resist? Damn. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to the Assault Scorpion. I think maybe this is just going to be more of a marksman style game. Sledgehammer's getting okay. I mean, I guess I'll just whack his module on the level 3 marksman for now. I'm thinking just sledgehammer? To be honest, I think that's just okay. Do all these nades down like here and here. We'll eventually fill out with more fangs here and here and get something of maybe a Overlord build going as the game goes on. Overlord here, forward on a mission. Plenty of move speed on these guys. This guy does go into the Assault Scorpion. And okay, extra unit of crawlers here in the middle, honestly, may be what makes all the difference here. The marksman is the only thing that can effectively kill off the scorpion, so sooner these things get dead, the better. As until then, the assault scorpion will absolutely butcher the sledgehammers that we got going. These guys landing some okay damage. Okay, looks like we are about going to have what it takes. Nice. Good old Haze module, also giving that bonus attack to the marksman, giving this guy nearly 10,000 damage per shot. At these early stages, helping us out quite a bit as well. Mass produced Rhino, Strike Special? Strike Specialist action could be a thing. Honestly, all these are kinda crappy though. Maybe I'll think about this. You know, I think I'll actually pick up the Orbital Bombard. I think I'm fine just to do that. Smack it like right here. This then allows us to go into range on the sledgies. I'd rather they get off their damage sooner rather than later, because if he goes into more scorpions, then these sledgehammers will risk dying off very, very fast. And so we'll just do something a bit like this, I think. Just shore up our defenses on the sides here just a little. I think I don't actually have anything left for free that I can unlock, so I guess that's it. Guess this is our turn, boys. And yeah, he does go into more scorpions. Oh, can at least one pack of these guys survive? I'd consider that a win. Alright. Ah, damn. We lose a crap load of guys there, but these guys at least kind of get away with it. Not the worst thing. It's actually just a lot of scorpions, huh? Okay, okay. Yeah, so the overlords are just looking better and better and better for us every single turn. Do we have what it takes here to still take this? Just on the account of the level 3 marksman, I wonder? It's got to kill off a lot of guys pretty quickly here. Ah, it's not going to have the time. It ain't going to have the time, man. Okay, close. But not the worst. Okay, lots of upgrades available here, which is great. Battleship. Wouldn't be opposed to just having that in our back here to sort of protect us against him. Battleshipping. Then it means that we can't unlock our own overlord. So I guess we just go ahead and skip, man. Guess we go ahead and skip. Almost want a field recovery, the marksman, to be honest. Is that worth it, though? Yeah, I want to be able to buy the Overlord and do some other stuff, man. This is my main concern here. Okay, I mean, I guess we just do this. We've got 2 nerds over here. I guess we just get the Overlord in right here. Missile? I don't think I'm opposed to slamming a missile here. I'm a bit worried about him dropping an Overlord on our backline there, but you know what? If that happens, well, it just happens, you know. Missile here might be able to hit the tanks and the crawlers as they come on down. See if we can get that off, man. That'd be pretty big, I think. Okay. Ooh, we might actually clip this thing. Okay, not the worst then. Not the worst, but not the best. Nice, we are going to get it dead right away though. So the Overlord instantly clocking in a little bit of value. Not bad, not bad. Marksman is also going to live. Overlord is going to get all kinds of value here. Not really enough Mustangs left to actually take care of this guy now. Big shots coming in from the Marksman are going to drop this guy super low. So even though he does give his life for the effort, the Overlord finds some pretty stupendous value, which is good. Okay. Yeah, I think we could really benefit from upgrading the tanks now with Mech Ridge. It's getting towards that kind of territory now. Super heavy armor, assault fang. Don't think that's super required. Senior defense specialist, it doesn't actually protect the sledgehammers or the fangs or anything really from death by scorpion. So I don't think I really value that here in this game. I think I can just missile strike. I think that's okay. Do something like that. Okay. Pick up some upgrades here now. Do I want to upgrade this Overlord? I mean, probably not. He still doesn't have the best chaff clear. I'm not super convinced by that. I'm also just waiting on pushing the portable shield button on the fangs too. That's going to be pretty good for us. I think that as for right now, it's just backline crawlers. Second wave of chaff, super, super crucial. Most games, I feel. Okay. So let's do that, man. He'll also hold up his scorpions by quite a bit. I'm actually pretty damn confident going into this round. Tanks get to connect real quick this time. Their increased rate of fire should mean that we clear the chaff a bit faster. On this occasion too. And yeah, he still doesn't really have the cleanest answer to the Overlord. Tight, tight. Could even just look to go into Overlord artillery in the coming rounds, to be honest. But yeah, look at this. We're much, much more competitive now, even on the ground. Pretty good, pretty tight. Okay. And the sledgehammers do a pretty awesome job as well of just protecting the Overlord too. Fought on a mission, smoke bomb. Smoke bomb could be okay. Is it worth the 100 supply? Is then the question. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip. Probably. Mostly because I feel like this button right here is just a enormous power spike. Second Overlord protects us against... protects us against enemy fortresses, which can be a huge, huge threat to us at this stage in the game. I think I value the move speed. We take the upgrades too. Extra pack of crawlers right here. Okay. Nice. He didn't go anything to do with fire. He went with a melting point to deal with the Overlord, which is fine by us, man. That's totally fine. The extra tankiness in the fangs buys a lot more time right now for the sledgehammers to get done what they need to get done. So even though the melting point might get the kill on the Overlord over here, I don't think it should matter all that much. Because as long as this one Overlord over here lives, and I think it will... Ooh, we lose a lot of sledgehammers there to the final shot from one of those Scorpions. Oh god, it's gotta live, it's gotta live, it's gotta live. No, it might die, bro. Oh my god, it actually does live. Holy crap. Oh, tight. You know what, man? The marksman just takes care of business anyway. Okay, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Things still a little bit dicey, a little bit close. This one still isn't in the bag. A little bit late to go into enhancement module, I feel. Oh my god, the extended range sledgehammer is so tempting, you know. Ah, screw it. We're memeing, boys. That's it, man. Let's give them even more range too, dude. Just absolute artillery sledgehammers. It's not even good, by the way. Like, this is not it. This is not what's gonna win us the game. At all. But we're doing it anyway, because it's hilarious. Okay, so artillery in the Overlords, I feel, is going to be pretty important for us as well. I think maybe just going more Overlords would also be fine. I also wonder if backline Wasps would be a slightly better answer. Just to stop the melting point connecting so freely on this nerd. Nah, I think I'm just going to trust in the Fangs. Something like this. Because then we get to press these upgrade buttons and, you know, that's just funny. So, that's what we're gonna do, man. Okay. Super, super high power, super long range sledgehammers. Just doing some pretty solid damage overall now. We have additional Fang Chaff coming in as well. Overlord Artillery doing absolute work. Taking out these Scorpions early. The range on these guys means that they're just not going to move now for basically the rest of the battle. And even if the Overlords die, it's actually still just going to... Look at the damage on this thing, man. This is like 3 sledgehammers hitting this, man. Is this one level 2? Okay, no, it's not, but it's still going to die extremely quick. Buy him, buy him. One more round. Oh, the Maximus stole the kill, dude. Alright, tight, 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 tight. Artillery sledgehammers, dude. Oh, it's been a while since I've done that. That's one of my favorite little meme builds right there, man. Just the like, it's the only reason I have armor-piercing bullets on the sledgehammers, dude, is so I can do this when extended range sledgehammer becomes available. Purely because it's funny. And alright, for our next Sledgehammer Fiesta game here, I've actually got a recording of a recording. I'm watching this right now in my VLC media player. I'm just going to play back this game and talk you guys through an alternate, less memey strategy to get the most out of your sledgehammer. So as you can see, I started off with most of my guys in the middle of the park here, just because we're going up against a super aggro opener, which obviously I didn't know at the time, but when you see that many steel balls in the opener, I think to myself, alright, I'm just going to protect against it. So I put all my guys in the middle, in between my bases, so that they can respond to either side of the push. And yeah, it's just as well, because our nemesis here on red, who by the way is like 400 MMR higher than me in this game. I'm at like 1500, this guy's like 1850 or something, man. So I was kind of scared, man. I was like, okay, dude, I gotta try hard for this. I gotta really try my, hardest here. I think I go into mass produce Scorpion just because I really, really like the value of that unit card. Even if it's not gonna be valuable immediately, I think to myself, okay, it's a player I can at least keep in my back pocket. Now, I'm thinking going straight into Wraiths here because I'm playing some aerial specialist. I love going into the Wraiths, dude, as an anti-aggro option. So, yeah, we pick up the Wraiths. Now, whenever you go Wraith, it's obviously super important that, because of the Wraith's crappy range, that you're doing everything you can to kind of keep units ahead of the Wraith. I feel like it's really, really good alongside the Crawlers. So, yeah, I've got Crawler Chaff, I'm Aerial Special. Wraith here feels like the sort of natural option, I suppose. And I'm also thinking about putting some Chaff in behind the Wraith as well. And yeah, I was kind of expecting him to maybe go into the Wasp card here and just get a backstab on me. I consciously decided to not defend against it and just take the risk because honestly, if you lose the first couple rounds, it's not the end of the world. I'm kind of using my health as a resource here. I feel like the Wasp unit card is only really good for like 110. And then once like that like surprise value is being used up and your opponent's won one round with it, it tends to be kind of unimpactful after the fact. I'm just checking out his wasp here. I thought maybe he had some kind of cool wasp unit skin going on. Don't think he does. But yeah, I actually lose quite steeply here, dude. So first few rounds in this game, honestly, I'm just trying to kind of get my ish together, right? I'm kind of, I'm playing for the long game. I'm trusting that I'm going to eventually be able to outscale what he's doing. The Wraiths are obviously going to do a fantastic job at that. But I do make some mistakes, man, when it comes to this strategy as well. So yeah, I go into the Rhino action here. I decided to put in a backline Rhino just in case he drops a Rhino of his own. I've also kind of misformatted my sledgehammers here as well. You can see they're all in a horizontal pattern. I correct that mistake here with these guys and put them in a vertical pattern, which is always better for sledgies when you are going into steel balls, just because it makes it so that the steel balls can't begin lasering down 2, 3, or 4 sledgehammers at once. Usually they're only hitting 1 or 2 at once, you know, because of the staggered formation. So yeah, just doubling up on the Wraiths here, trusting in the Crawlers coming in late to take care of what he's got going on. We missile down some of his guys, and he actually goes into the Phoenixes. So you can see the Crawlers arriving late here, buying us a little bit more time for these Wraiths to get these kills. I thought we'd have just about enough here to get the job done, but check it out, the Crawlers died just a little bit too fast before I can get the Arclights dead, and well, yeah, that's just the end of us, man. And he actually didn't go into the Rhino card as well, man. So it's like, oh, man. I tried to call, like, I guess he just called my bluff. I guess he just baited me a little bit, you know, with his player patterns. The good news is that we're doing pretty okay in the ground battle, right? The Phoenixes, bit of an issue. But I'm not too worried about them. We're not going to be taking that much damage from the Phoenixes in this round. And so I'm just trying to thread the needle now and not over-invest into anti-air. And just see if I can just keep the Wraiths safe, you know? That's going to be the plan. Okay, I think we go underground threat here because honestly underground threat is just fantastic. And yeah, instead of going into the Stangs, I also decided to just go into the Wasps, just because, I mean, I'm playing Aerial Specialist. We're going to those nerds. His Phoenixes are really bad into the Wasps. And I'm thinking to myself as well, if you've already got sledgehammers on the field, I mean, what's he going to do? Go Stangs against the Wasps? You know? If he goes Mustangs into the Wasps now, dude, and I've got all these sledgehammers on the field, yeah, he might be able to chew through the Wasps pretty quickly. You know, they might not even get that much done. I mean, they should get something done in this round, right? Because they're going to be distracting a lot of his sniper units, which is good. But if he goes Mustangs to sort of counteract these guys, I just spam upgrades in the sledgehammers, and we just obliterate his Stang army, you know? So I'm already kind of prepping for that a little bit there. We're going to some extra sledgehammers. I like not going into any sledgehammer upgrades these days until I have at least like 4 or 5 units of sledges on the field. So that'll certainly be coming soon. And the sledgehammer's honestly kind of become the hero of the game, man. I mean, we get some juicy carry Wraiths. I mean, we're basically building around the Wraiths right now, but the sledgies, dude, in this game, oh my god, they just don't give a damn. Okay, so you see that there on the bottom left? He spawned in some crawlers on my flank, dude. Those are the biggest problem ever. That's so sad, man. And by the way, I recommend like you do this all the time, right? If you've got some units that if you're finding the enemy backline chaff annoying, and they have some really high value units in the middle, in this case it's my 2 Wraiths, right? Then putting some chaff on the backline flank of your enemy like this and pulling all of the enemy chaff away, in this case my wasps, my crawlers, is such a problem, man, because now look at how exposed the Wraiths suddenly are, dude. They just get mulched by these Phoenixes, man. And oh, here comes the chaff brigade. Completely late to the party. God damn it. And yeah, this trips me up a little bit, man. This kind of trips me up a little bit. Looks like our crawlers won the little battle there against his tunneling crawlers. So that's good news at least. And even though the wasps are going to kind of recoup our losses here a little bit, they do like a pretty good job because obviously he's completely unprepared for them. It's still not quite going to be enough to turn it, man. And once again, it's just a handful of Phoenixes that are left alive. And at this point, I'm frustrated. I'm salty. I'm raging. I'm fuming. And in fact, I'm so fuming that I misplay the hell out of this next round, man. I misplay the hell out of this next round. What do you think I should do to win this next round? To start turning this game around? Because honestly, I feel like my army composition stomps his right now. It's just my positioning and the aggro. That's like the unit aggro. That is our biggest problem right now. So what would you do to fix this, man? What would you do, man, to start turning this game around? Because for me, in my mind, all of the pieces are set, and I'm ready to start winning, dude, at this point. Now, I see mass-produced wasp here. I'm thinking to myself, do I want to make these, like, carry wasp units? I mean, probably not. So I decided to start using the wasps as my chaff in place of the crawlers, because we can also start doing things like this, right? And start flanking a little bit. Stuff like that. And I can reposition these guys anytime I want because of the tech. And so this turn, I've got like a whole bunch of supply to spend. I decide that this is the turn where I'm going to upgrade the crap out of my sledgehammers. Now, in hindsight, I don't know if this was the correct time to pull the trigger on the sledgies, man. I think what I should have done here is went into Wraith range and just started planting missiles on my back left flank to kill off those crawlers instantly. Because right now they're such a problem, man. These nerds down here are such a goddamn problem. They're pulling away like half of my chaff units on this back left side, man. And it's such a problem. It's just exposing the crap out of these guys. Anyways, what we do end up doing, as you can see, is, I mean, we have some very, very powerful sledgies. The problem is we were already kind of winning the ground battle as is, or it was like very, very equal. Did I really need this huge power spike now? Whereas now, look, man, I don't deal with the backline chaff, right? So they pull away all of my crawlers and wasps again. And once again, my wraiths just get eviscerated by the phoenixes, dude. Like, what am I doing, dude? Like, I don't know, man. If I went into wraith range in this round, some upgrades on the sledgehammers, don't get me wrong, would be pretty tight as well. Would have been pretty cool. I just don't think that I needed the mechanical rage on the sledgies, you know? And god damn it, a missile or something to kill his backline crawlers. Just get them off my flank. Would have made the world of difference, you know? So I'm a little bit frustrated with myself at this point. I'm like, okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. Okay, right, I take a bit of a step back. Okay, like the wraiths have died like 3 rounds in a row now. With only killing like, I don't know, a handful of steel balls or something. Like, they haven't really got it done, you know? And it's because they're just dying too quickly to the phoenixes, man. And you can see me spam highlighting the phoenixes at that point, dude. I'm getting frustrated with myself. I'm like, okay, let's actually fix this now, you know? And in fact, I'm so confident. I just go into top supply specialist here. I think to myself, I should have this, right? Boom, missile goes down to take care of those goddamn backline crawlers. First thing. Then I see that he has his wasp spawn again. Now, my wasps can probably deal with his wasp units, right? But except mine are mass-produced, you know? Mine are mass-produced wasps. I don't want to lose a 1v1, so I'm considering placing a missile down somewhere, like maybe slam it on like my backline flank. I actually can't remember if I decide against it or not, man. If I decide whether or not it's worth the supply. Either way, gotta move these guys over now. So I get those guys off the flank, because obviously we're fully expecting a lob-on of stangs to come down over there. I'm considering, okay, maybe I can just place wasps there and they can just deal with those crawlers. I think that was a slight misplay, by the way, because at the end of the day, I'm going to have to drop a missile here every single turn from here on out to kill these guys off. Otherwise, these guys will just take way too long to kill off these crawlers. So I probably should have just put these wasps like here or something. I think that would have been fine. I'm also looking for more late arriving crawlers that are not going to get distracted by what's going on the left flank at all, so they get in quickly and protect this goddamn wraith, because it's dying first every single time before any of these guys can actually get forward and protect it. So that sucks. And finally, we go into wraith range, dude. I also started hitting the high mobility button as well. I think every single round from here on out as well. Just because the move speed on the wasps is crazy at that point, right? With the tech upgrade and with the high mobility button, they have like 24 meters per second move speed. So they're getting in there real quick and just blocking damage for the wraiths. Now, by the way, I just want to point out, you see what my opponent's running, man? Look at how many stangs he's built, dude. to respond to the wasps, man. I think it's like a subtle combo. Doesn't always work out. But if you can get into a position where you kind of bait your opponent with wasps into going a ton of stangs, and you already have chunky sledgehammers on the field, it's like, bro, it's like a lose-lose situation for your opponent, right? Because he can build the stangs to kill off the wasps, but then the sledgehammers just absolutely butcher, dude. So he drops the EMP on us right here. I'm thinking, okay, so he's actually deleted the range upgrade from my wraiths. We do lose one of them right away as a result. As you can see, this poor wraith is about to go down. That kind of sucks a little bit. But the other one is safe enough. He's safe enough, man. And this time the chaff is getting in front of him, man. Which is all we want. And by the way, I just want to draw some attention to the sledgehammers. Look at those things, man. It's just a blob of sledgies that eradicated his ground units. So hard, man. So hard, dude. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I feel like I should have went to Wraith range a little bit earlier in this battle. But still going mechanical rage on this many sledgehammers going into Mustangs feels extremely good as well, you know? So we turn this around, and at this point, I'm deciding, you know what, I think that we just have this. Like, I don't think this guy can change direction with his build quickly enough to respond to the crazy comp that we started to build here. We lost some of those early rounds. We used health as a resource. I feel like we just got him. I don't know that there's anything he could do at this point to stop what's coming, you know? And so I decide, okay, orbital bombard. Let's push the advantage. Try and just do like a crap load of damage to him here. Kill off a lot of the wraiths very, very nicely. Feels good. Another missile down there. Gotta deal with those crawlers. That's kind of imperative. I think to myself, okay, I'm going to keep on throwing some curveballs here. Maybe I can drop the Rhino on his backline. And then maybe do something like, let's like crush some of those fangs with the impact damage. And then the Mustangs on that backline will also be distracted. So maybe I can get like some wasps down over there and get something of a flank going. I'm also going to prioritize upgrades just a little bit. Get the high mobility button pushed again, which is huge. Upgrades on the tanks just feel massive, honestly. Like, I feel like the only thing he can really do to deal with my sledgehammers at this point is something like dropping a couple of fortresses or maybe even a war factory or something and try and kill them that way. Maybe fortresses with anti-air missiles to quickly kill off the wasps, you know? But it's kind of like a tall ask for him, you know? So, yeah. Mass-produced wasp. Again, I'm just using these guys as chaff. And this is where I'm deciding, dude, I'm just going all in at this point. I goes boom, straight into photon emission on the Overlord here, which is just going to protect the hell out of all of my nerds. Give them all 50% damage mitigation as they kind of rush in, which is huge. Get more wasps down. And we're just going to go for the little, happy little flank player over here, man. Which is like, this is like a 200 supply player, man. It's not, we're not like committing a huge amount to this. If it comes off, it comes off. Yeah, I'm not super worried about it. If it doesn't work out for us, we're more interested in what's got going on over here, man. So, we're going to orbital bombard the crap out of each other. As you can see, it actually does deal with the flank pretty well with some phoenixes up there in the top right that are going to kill off the Rhino nice and fast. He also went for Phoenix Rebirth, man. For the revive on his Phoenix nerds. But look, dude, look. The sledgehammers are just too strong. The sledgehammers barely give a damn about that orbital bombard, man. So yes, he kills off a lot of the wasps. But who cares, man? Like, those are mass-produced wasps, you know? Like, it just doesn't matter at this point. At the end of the day, my ground army, the superiority of these sledgies versus his stangs and his chaff, it's just far too great, man. It's just too much for him to handle, you know? He's also started selling off some of the steel balls now at this point, which I do think is the correct choice for him. Doesn't do a whole lot for him at this point. I'm debating at this point between heavy armor and skip, and I think I go for the heavy armor in the end, just because it's good on either the Wraith or the Sledgehammer units. I think I eventually just decide to slam it on the Sledgehammers because I see that he has a fortress come down. And I just want to make those sledgies even tankier against the fortresses because, yeah, he went for the fortress route. So we're going to take care of that. Missile on the bottom left, as always. Got to kill those crawlers off instantly every time. There it is. Those are some fat sledgies. Yeah, we're going to get these guys back. And again, the move speed on these wasps is just unbelievable. 24 meters per second move speed, man. So yeah, I'm just going to pull those guys off the flank, get them nice and far back. I'm also deliberating at this point, okay, are the Wraiths just now so safe behind the... I want to point out as well, by the way, I'm not going into range on the Sledgehammers very, very deliberately. Why? I want them to stay in front of the Wraiths. That's very, very important, man. Range isn't always your friend, right? Range is like a tool, you know? It's like a tool, and it can't just be applied to any old situation. You got to think about the order in which your units are going to push in, and you want your lowest priority, weakest units to die first, and obviously your highest priority kind of carry units to, well, die last, if at all, you know? So in this case, I want my crawlers to go in first and die, then I want the wasps to go in and die, then, if they have to, I guess I want the sledgehammers to go in and die. The acolytes are just kind of there, by the way. I probably should have sold off the acolytes slowly as the game went on, but that's neither here nor there. And, yeah, you gotta think about it like that, you know? Whereas if I give these sledgehammers range, then yeah, the Wraiths are just gonna push in front of them, and then what the hell do I do against his phoenixes, you know? So you gotta think about it like that, man. Think about the order in which you want your guys to die, basically. So, yeah, I decide here, you know what, my Wraiths are safe enough. Boom. We're just going to go straight into the floating artillery array. Make these Wraiths absolute raid bosses. I'm suspecting that maybe he's going to drop his crawlers on my bottom right here. So I go ahead, drop the missile, and he actually does drop the crawlers on the bottom right. The missile isn't a very effective counter, by the way, to the crawler deep tunnel like that, but... it's what we have, you know? It's what we have. It only kills off some of them before more spawn in, is the problem. And he does have replicating crawlers, so... bit annoying over there, but look at the main battlefront, dude. The Wasp steaming ahead of the Wraiths, and the Wraiths' rate of fire is just unbelievable, dude. It's just nuts. And look at the tanks, by the way. Like, because of the photon emission and the levels invested into the tanks, they're just... I mean, look at... they're so tanky, dude. Like, they just can't die, man. They just can't die. So even though he gets the building killed before me, look at the absolute massacre. And boom! Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Rover's your dog, Sledgehammers are your front line. And that's the video game, man. So, there you go, man. There's like an alternate way to play Sledgehammers, you know? Playing them as a kind of more like protectorate, sort of sturdy frontline unit. It's generally the way that people play Sledgehammers, I know. But it's a really, really cool combo, man, especially when combined with just one Overlord to give that photon emission every single turn. Don't give them the range, you know, just let them push in, let them soak up some damage. And unless your opponent has, you know, a wall of fortresses or something, or like war factories or something, just tunneling those guys down, they're just so goddamn sturdy and can protect all kinds of backline units. In this case, my Wraiths, dude. Alright, hope you all did enjoy the Sledgehammer Fiesta that was today's video, and I'll catch you all a tad bit later, man.